Hmm.
What was the very first thing as soon as you got that, like, little motion in your mind, like, I'm gonna do this for real? What was the first thing you did?
So yeah, the first thing that I did was make a business plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had to just really put it all down on paper, like, okay, like how am I going to get from point A to point B, right? And there was definitely, I think, with that, kind of helps you put in order all of the details that maybe you wouldn't be thinking off right off the bat. Like, okay, well, I'm going to need music licenses, right? And I'm going to need an understanding of licensing and how that works and all of that, right? So it's like, okay, there's a lot of research that I have to do there, right? And then from there, it's also like just putting it down on paper, like, where's your money coming from, you know? And I think one thing that's really important in music is being able to kind of diversify your income a little bit so that if you have a down month in sales, you might have an up month in some other regard. Maybe it's, live streaming or whatever, right? And I think that the more ways that you can kind of diversify, the more buckets that you can kind of put out to catch rainwater, you get a lot more overall. And I think that by really kind of planning it all out, I kind of set myself up to start out. Now, where I went from that initial step of like, I got my business plan where I'm like, I'm selling beats, I'm publishing a beat every day on YouTube, I'm live streaming my studio sessions, trying to make content wherever I can. Like what ended up happening though was like I started to find little things to pivot to. Like somebody asked for me to review their beat on my Twitch stream, right? And I was like, I was like, sure, why not? Let's do it. And then that was really fun. He's like, oh man, like I got a bunch of friends that produce. Can I bring all my friends Sunday like for some reviews? I'm like, yeah, sure. And then suddenly, so many people wanted reviews. I had to build a system for it, and I was like, okay, the subscribers get priority, right? And then suddenly, my Twitch is like getting super monetized and starting to really get pushed in Twitch's algorithm because I've got a feedback stream that's just going, and it just happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, like I don't know. I think that I just had to take that first step forward, and it was cool. I started to make a little bit of sales right off the bat, which I don't think happens for everybody, but it was just like a moderate amount that pushed me to go farther. And then from there, it was just kind of like being aware and open to like what's actually happening around me so I can pivot. And I think that was the hardest thing though, was like you fill your schedule up so much,
Yeah.
you kind of need to allow yourself the grace to like dive into something new, maybe pull back somewhere else and dive into something new, figure out what's working for you and figure out what you're going to double down on next, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
No, 100%, bro. You won't know what the people want until you push it out there. It's literally that simple. Sometimes you
yeah,
get lucky. Sometimes what you put out there is exactly what they want, or it kind of you stumble on an accident and people ask for it. You know what I'm saying? That's like a form of
absolutely.
feedback. Like, can we just do this? But yeah, bro. You ever seen the meme of the old white guy where he's like, "You fuck around, you find out." And he has like the graph. That's
Yeah.
exactly what like that's exactly what it sounds like.